What? It's 420, man. You lifting hard and heavy? Are you really? Are you a juice head? Huh? Trying to piss everybody when you're pinning your ass every other day? Okay, well, good for you. Anyhow, yeah, it was a good workout tonight. I hope you're getting some more. I'm getting at least two workouts in a week. A week in. Next week, I'm going to go back to normal. On top of the holidays, the missus had a birthday yesterday, so that's another one. And then New Year's Eve's what, tomorrow? So I'll go to my son's house over there. So anyway, yeah, good workout. Nice gin and tonic. Yeah. I was thinking about showing you guys what I watch on YouTube, making comments, but who's gonna do that? Who gives a damn what I think, right? But you should give a damn about how you train. If you're on gear, well, then you definitely should watch the guys that are gearing. And you can adjust to them. You compare yourself to them. If you're natural, you're not taking any anabolics. I mean TRT too. TRT, you're on an anabolic. So you go study the steroid boys. But if you're natty, you got to adjust. The basic trick is to find your percentages that you have. If you want to follow the steroid boys, you got to figure out their percentages. But they're still going to be a lot stronger than you. All right? So I don't know what to tell you. You got to go back in time. You can follow me, but who am I? But go back in time, search, see what the guys are doing in the 50s and the 40s and the 30s. They were guys looking good. I mean, good. Built like brick shithouses. One guy, most of them were doing early Sandow, and there was another guy, bulked up dude, man, like big lats and everything. Like, wow, I know there were no steroids, so this. So you have to adjust to the information as it's regarded to you personally. You know, or you're gonna crash and burn for sure. You ain't gonna train like Larry Wheels. You'll be in a cripple. And you've seen guys that are on gear and they train with him because he's been on gear so long, his body accepts it, and they're ripping their chests apart and all. So you got to find out where you're at. Okay, I souped up a Sportster. It's a carburetor engine. I did all kinds of things to it. Tweaked that baby out. Whang. But it's still a carburetor engine. It ain't fuel injected. When you go to fuel injection, everything's different. You can't go the same route because it's done with chips. It's computers adjusting to the oxygen sense. I took all that shit off. I knew what I needed. I adjusted. There's all kinds of jets, idle, straight down a pipe on a full bore. There's all this stuff, boring it out, high compression, all kinds of stuff, high voltage stuff. Because once it's high compression, more high voltage coils. It had electronic emission, so I bought the Screaming Eagle, what I wasn't supposed to put on it because it was for only the drag races. I didn't give a shit. This thing was good. But anyhow, I had to sell to pay off a lawyer. This gets in the way of everything. But anyhow, that's not the point. The point is, what I would teach another guy on how to soup up a Sportster could only be for a guy that has a carbureted Sportster. What I teach wouldn't help him at all if he had a fuel injection, and vice versa. It's the same thing with this stuff. It's not just the steroids for muscle growth. Steroids and the high testosterone, your food digest, everything's different. So I would suggest you find the guys that are not gearing. Well, how do I do that? I have no idea. I'm not giving because I ain't sticking no needles in me shit, man. No. No, no, no. Orals either. Psalms either. I ain't doing any of that shit. Whatever I am is fine with me. I take my percentages and I work out. So anyway, that's the thing you have to understand. You have to learn from people that are in your position. If you're a carbureted engine, you got to learn from the guys that super carbureted engines. If you're fuel injected and anabolic crazy man, then you got to learn from them guys. I mean, there's a lot that goes into when you start playing with them hormones. You better be rich too, because they're talking about all this blood tests and crap. Most of them don't do it; they can't afford it. Ain't worth it to me, because once you're on it, you really can't come off. And if you do come off, I wish you the best of luck. You know. So that's my little spiel tonight. Now on to my workout. I went bench. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sets of bench. 5 sets of warm up basically. And then 3 sets of work sets where I work 315. And then I do tagonistic a lot of times if I'm, so I push this way, then I pull this way. So I did bent over rows, but my wrist was sore. My wrist is sore for some reason. I was picking up a lot of bolts. This is material that's in a roll. And they were like 150 pounds. I put it on my shoulder, I'm taking it down, but I don't know. Somehow hurt my wrist. So anyway, with the bent over rows, after the first set, I used my wraps. That's another thing. If you got a weak link in your chain of whatever you're working out, like your wrists or whatever, your back, your knee, whatever, then you adjust to that. You don't let it hurt the main. Okay, if you're working your back and you're on bent over rows and your wrists hurt, well, you got to either you stop or you put on straps. You want to do your back, you want to do bent over rows, but your back hurts. Well, then you do supported bent over rows, on an incline or that machine they got, whatever they call it, with the levers and shit. You know what I mean? Or you sit down on the job like I did with the sit down single arm dumbbell rows, because the way you support don't really hurt the back that much. Like if you have something wrong with your knee, you adjust to it, you work around it so you don't hurt the main objective of the lift. You're doing bent over rows, you're mainly working the back. So that's another thing to work on. So anyway, let me go back to this. I'm trying to remember which ones I recorded. All right, so here's the. Let me think of this through. Hold on. Okay, I was trying to remember which ones I recorded. But anyway, I did 135 for 10, and then I did another 135 for 10. And sometimes I do pumpers. Sometimes I'm just warming up. I go to the chest. I hang out a while. I go over. What am I doing? So I did 135 twice for 10. Then 185 for 5. 225 for 5. 275 for 3. And then I my work sets. All right. And I did 315 for 5, 315 for 3, 315 for 3. I could have got a 4 in there somewhere. But there was no one else in the gym but me and the missus. And I'm thinking, man, if I don't get, she's going to really try to pull it up. She's going to do an upright row and kill herself. So that's fine. So I did a 5, a 3, and a 3. I'll try to do a 5, a 3, and a 4, a 5, a 4, and 3. I'm going to work me up to a 3 sets of 5. Then I do my normal Doug Hepburn where I add up to a 6 till I'm doing 315 for 10s, Okay, so here they are. The 3 work sets at 315. All right, there you go. All right, then I took a little breather. Not long, maybe 5 minutes. I didn't watch too long between sets either, too, on the work sets. Then I went over to bent over rows. I did 225 for 5. Excuse me, I could have done more, but I just had 3 eggs with scallions, green onions, and bacon. 4 slices of nice bread from Publix Bakery. But anyhow, yeah, it started hurting. This one right here, I don't know. So it might have been from that one I was doing the not Continentals. Who knows? Whatever. So anyway, I strapped up and then I did 225 for 10 and then a 225 for 8. Say what you will, that's how I do things. My objective was my back. Anything in the weak link, I go right off it. If, let's say, after the first or second set, my back center hurt it, I went over and did the supported, either with that hammer thing, whatever they call it, or with the incline, like Vince Carana idea. Something. I'll do something where I'm supported here. I ain't putting stress on my back, but I'm still getting on my spine, and I'm still doing my workout. Never let a weak link stop you from getting your main objective. I got a bad shoulder, so I'm doing slingshot bench. My shoulder don't hurt. I don't want it to hurt. You know what I mean? There's quite a few guys that use it in that kind of aspect. It gives you some pounds. Not as much as I wish it would. But the point is, it doesn't hurt the shoulder. It's keeping you in that line. The last one of the bench, I kind of went out of line. I got pissed off myself. That's why I didn't do the 4. But if you want to use a slingshot, use a slingshot. Fact of the matter is, if I can work my way up to like 5, 5, 5, and 6, 6, if I get up to 3 sets of 8 or 315, that's pretty good. And then I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. You know what I mean? So that's about it. Oh no, that's that. So here's the 3 bent over rows. Boom, boom, boom. All right, that's it, fellas. I bark too much. I can tell from my views. No one wants to hear this shit, but I just want to hang out with you a little bit. No one's up. They're all asleep. And let's just see the day-to-day shit. That's what I can tell you. I didn't want to go tonight. Neither did she. I said, look, we know when we get down there, you'll do a few treadmill, and next thing you know, she's working out hard. She's doing the cables, but there's different kind of cable machines, not the ones you see me doing. They're more like a mix between cable and just showing you that. She's really working out hard. I watch her. I'm looking at her. She's really going for that extra rep. Must be transference or something. She sees how I do it. They do it. Even the little kid, he sees me go, so he's going, I don't know what I mean. So anyway, yeah, this is just what I do. And maybe it'll transfer to you. Because you're going to get them days, man. I just go. I don't give a shit. I didn't even know what I was going to do. I said, am I going to do overhead press? Well, I just did the Continental. I could do some incline. I was thinking I'd just do arms. And he says, nah, I got to get back in this swing. I got to do my lifts. For now, this is what I do. So that's what I did. And I'm happy I did it. I got a 315 for 5, so I'll put that up as a short. And if you're coming around, you just subscribe, because I don't know what the hell I'm going to do next. And I just keep going, I try shorts, they don't work, I take them off. I don't give a shit. The ones that work good gets my views up. And I don't know, if you're just an old timer sitting around, well, here he is. I know it's a one-way conversation, but, I want to keep harping on it. I didn't feel like going. I know to go. I went, got a damn good workout in. Hey, I'll feel it tomorrow. Also, the thing of antagonistic, in other words, the opposite. There's another word for it, but whatever you're doing one way, try to figure out what you can do the other way, and then you'll make a good workout. Because if you only do the one and you don't do the reverse, the reverse movement, you're going to weaken those joints. You understand what I'm saying? It's no good. Guys that do bench always do back. You dig it? Let's say I'm doing overhead press. You'll see what I do. I do it at a cable machine. I pull it straight down because I'm going straight up, So things like that. I always think it can't, I don't know if you call it antagonistic or the opposite. There's a word for when the opposite direction is what you work to. All right, so there I go. I don't want to talk too much. I know it's boring. I can tell from the views, But I know there's a few guys, they'll watch the whole damn thing. So I don't know if you're getting yourself a cup of coffee or making a drink or going to talking back to the screen. I don't know what you're doing. I imagine there's a few guys, like me. Well, I'm back at the missus. Okay, it's nice out. It was 60 today. That's what I like where I'm at. It'll go down to the Arctic, and me, I hunker down. I don't want to kill myself on the roller coaster roads around here. When all I had to do was stay. People get wrapped around. I'm telling you, if this property I'm on, right here, in my time living here, about 12, 13 years, there's been 3 deaths on my property. Tons of accidents. They come around this turn, they hit the black ice. Bye. You got all these big oak trees. You don't want to hit a tree. I'd rather hit a concrete wall than a tree with a car. Swear to God. So anyway, yeah, and they don't understand. This place ain't built for ice and snow. So when it happens, I just stay home. And I was over there because I want to help the dogs. There's no water, so I was kind of, it's already always depressing to me, so that's just the way it is. I just deal with it, but it would have been easy if I was here, but then I'd be worrying about the dogs over there. So I told her the same thing. You stay at home. When it gets better, I'll be over. So anyway, I struggled. Once I knew the roads were sold out, I came over here for Christmas Eve. They went over my sons. Everything worked out fine. But now it's 60 degrees. That's what I like about it. You go down the Arctic. You swear to God, you're waiting to build igloos. You saw it. And then a week later, it's fine. I mean, if you look through my videos, it was April or March, right? It was already gotten warm, right? And then, because I'm up in the hills, I'm high. I'm up, I'm at 1,500 feet right now. So, remember? And all of a sudden, there was a snowstorm, and I got me and the dog out there, and it's like, I don't know what's going on. Because I did some of that walking with the, I took that one off because no one liked it. Fuck it. But you should do it. The farmer's walk's a good exercise. But anyhow, remember I was doing the farmer's walk, it's all green and pretty, and all of a sudden there's a snow blizzard. This is the weather around here. Everyone around here, it's an old thing around here. You don't like the weather? Give it a few minutes. So I had to give it a few days, but now it's 60. But I told him, it's going to come back. We're going to get knocked out again. It's going to be bad. Watch the next one coming through. But in any case, all everything's good. I hope you had a Merry Christmas, New Year's Eve tomorrow. I don't know. What do you do? It's the same thing I always do. So anyway, that's about it. 5 minutes. I'm just bullshitting now. Just get your workouts in. Get your book going, man. Get your book. That's what I did. I don't think I'm lying. That's what I did. And I'm pushing 70 now, 3 months. October, November, December. So when I hit January, I'm already into the 9 months. Then 8. It's 9 months, right? October, November, December. Fuck. 10th was no. So after tomorrow, we're into the 9th month, fellas. Pretty soon, 70 years old. Yeah, 70 years old. I'll have to do another one. Now, Robbie Robertson's been on some of these muscle shows, and he's giving his opinion. Hey, he's been around. He's giving his opinion. I'm listening to the guy. He's 76 years old. Looking pretty good. So I'm listening. He's talking about the Olympia, but I'm listening to what else he's saying. Like, oh, I eat eggs. I eat lots of eggs. Dozens a week and shit, And he's talking about, how he eats, how he works out. And he even submitted, because I know this for a fact. Because he's black, he's an African. African Americans have lots of problems with kidney problems, diabetes. There's a few things that happen. It's like every race has their own problems. And being they're not where they were designed for, they got more problems. So he takes care of himself and he's doing fine. Eat them eggs, fellas. I told you, eat them eggs. And he says you got to do the iron. They're all on machines now. But I told you, you got to grab that iron bar. He knows there's a magic with that metal. They put the copper bracelets on and shit. There's something by grabbing that real metal and the iron bars on the side. And he says the thing about its weight and you can kill yourself and all this shit. Your mind knows it. We think I'm on that bench with 315. I don't know if that thing slips out, I'm dead. When I'm doing overhead press. Or when I'm doing bent over row, I'll get an aneurysm, drop dead right then and there. So, but grabbing that iron bar is a point. He said it. I said, wow, we're on the same page. Grab that iron bar. He said it, man. Use free weights. And you'll get a different thickness to your body and shit. And he said he didn't like the way the Olympia was going and they're all, this and that. But he was right because I was thinking the same thing. You can be good at 12 noon and then at 12 midnight you look like shit. It's all to do with the fluctuations, how much water's in your tissue, how many diuretics and shit. I don't know. But he made sense. There's a point where you stop diuretics, you start fluiding up so you can puff up the muscle. Or you're going to look flat, they call it. Maybe that's what happened to Romney, because evidently, pre-contest a day before, he looked great. That's how funny this thing is in fluctuation when you do these things. I think they use too many diuretics. And this thing with the ripped there's no skin bullshit. You ever see Larry Scott, man? And he goes, boom. That looks like muscle to me, I don't need to see every sinew of your muscle, every fucking vein in your body. You look like you're in a POW camp or you've been lost in sea in a life raft chewing on seagull bones. That don't impress me. So anyway, that's what I'm saying. But they're all coming down on him, trying to prove he's an idiot or he's senile, he's all fucked up. Yeah, okay, let me tell you something. Proof's in the pudding. Hey, Robbie Robertson, hey, Bobby, you're fine with me, man. Come on over. Hey, man, we're going to work out together. Hey, he's fine, man. He knows his shit, man. Because he was saying shit I've been saying, Eat them eggs, good food, And he likes Michael Hearn. Is it Michael Hearn? Just like I like him. But he said if he's on a little gear, he's on a lot of gear. But he works out hard and heavy. Michael Hearn he looks good. And he's on some kind of gear. He knows what he's doing. He's got a full head of hair. And I don't think he's taking on much if he is. I'm not saying you're going to do it. I'm just saying he looks good. And he said the same thing. If he's on some kind of, he said a word. What do you call it? Some word that means steroids, but some kind. It was cool what he said. He's looking good. The guy looked good, man. Sharp, talks. I'm more senile than him. He's talking good. He's got his own opinion. Nowadays, if your opinion ain't what they say, they go at you. And the guys that are going out, they're just as full of shit as Liver King was. They went at Liver King. And then in the months that I'm telling you how bullshit, full of shit Robbie Robertson is or whatever, or he's nuts or he's senile, whatever, saying some rude shit. They're selling you the new pre-workout formula. I'm telling you, they've only pissed off at Liver King because he did it so good. If you're a con man, the good con man, there's better con man, and So anyway, it's just this fitness is so full of shit, man. I'm telling you. And Robbie Rob should give the guy respect. I don't give a fuck what he says. That's his opinion, and he's been there and back, so I listen. I read between the lines, too, because I'm listening about how did you look like that, and how you show sharp in the head, and I know you look good because I've seen you lately. So what are you doing, brother? He's most likely on TRT, but he knows what he's doing. And like I said, the African Americans, they have certain problems, especially at this level, this is it latitude, longitude, latitude. Yeah, it's just the way it is. I think it's with the eating here. And okay, it's another thing I was with that. Now I'm bullshit. I'm bullshit. You got to find out what your heritage is. Go get a DNA test or talk to your great grandparents or some shit. Find out where they're really from. Find out what they ate, what grains they ate, what cattle they ate, what was their normal foods and all that shit. And try to incorporate that into your food. You'll be better for it. You know what I'm saying? And I guarantee you, none of you come from a civilization or a tribe that ate Whopper burgers all day. And Bojangles shit-ass chicken. You know what I'm talking about? So find out where your people came from. And what foods they eat. That's what I eat. I'm a Slavic Viking. I mean, hey. I eat what they eat. Fish, bones, liver. Lots of liver, sardines, every goddamn thing. Anyway, let me go. It's the middle of the night. And I put only an ounce in here, so I ain't inebriated. But I put a nice quarter of the damn lime in there. Give me some vitamin C. Good workout. Enjoy yourself. Sorry I rant and rave. Some of you, I hope you watch it today. Some of you do. I can see, which ones watch it. Some watch it for 2 minutes and go, this guy's nuts. But if you don't, like someone hangs out to the end, they just learned a whole bunch of stuff. So look out Robbie Robertson, the Olympia, and go to these different places that he's given his opinion. That's his opinion. And he's been around long enough that his opinion is his right. You may disagree with it, but that's it. They're trying to down him. I don't know. I know a guy 76 years old is in better shape than me. Maybe I'm a little stronger than him. I don't know. What do I know? But I mean, he's in good shape, man. Something there I can learn from him. You think what I'm saying? I lift hard and heavy, fellas. I'm gonna sit here and see if I can actually put this on. But why not, right? You're used to these after midnight bullshit sessions. Oh, here he goes again. Here's this maniac. What's he gonna talk about now? All right, well, don't get too inebriated on New Year's Eve. Watch the roads. They're out there and force the cops. That's all I can tell you. Stay home. Cool out. Work out. Okay, fellas. I'll check you on the flip side. Check you on the flip side. Boy, I'm exhausted. Catch you on the flip side. Lift hard and heavy.